Welcome back to the Apex Legends tutorial series. In this episode, we are going to start a new mini-series covering all of the legends and their classes. This is my third time making this video, and I've decided to break this out into 5 different episodes, 1 episode per class of legends. And the reason why is because once I was finally done, the episode was 45 minutes long. I'm like, nope, that's dumb. No one's going to watch this. So before we continue, I do want to kind of let you know what this video is not. This video is not going to give you strategies, tactics, or advice on how to play the individual legends. What this video is designed to do is give you an idea of how each individual legend plays and a high-level overview of what is in their kit. So if you are a brand new player and perhaps you haven't unlocked all of the legends yet and you're still trying to figure out which legend you want to play, this is going to be a great series for you because you'll be able to see everything that each legend does and general advice on how they play and also how the classes play. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the Assault Legend class. Assault Legends are helpful in combat. All Assault Legends get 3 passive abilities. The first is Battle Surge, which increases your sprint and reload speeds after you have cracked an enemy's shield, which can be great for getting into the faces of opponents that you just damaged. They have Combat Reserve, which allows them to carry extra ammo and ordnance. They also have access to the hidden loot in weapon or red supply bins, which we talked about in the last episode. You can see the extra ammo here in your inventory represented by a yellow bar. For light, heavy, and energy ammo, you can carry up to 96 bullets per stack, where normally you can only carry 72 bullets per stack. The extra ordnance is over here on the right side of your inventory. You can see the Assault Legend icon over these grenades, and these are 2 grenades that you can store for free that do not impact your inventory space. The last passive that all Assault Legends have is Stowed Reload, which automatically reloads your weapons after a short delay, even if they are stowed and even if you are taking another action, for example, using a battery. We'll now start to take a look at each Assault Legend, and we'll start out with Bangalore. Bangalore's passive allows her to move faster once she gets shot at, so it allows her to reposition. Her tactical ability provides cover in the form of smoke. This can be very helpful for your team in combat and during rotations. And her ultimate, when you press it, she will throw down a flare and all of these rockets will rain down from the sky. This is basically an area denial, and it will also destroy enemy tacticals as well. We'll go ahead and move on to Revenant. Revenant's passive ability highlights nearby visible enemies who are low on health. So if someone is very low on health and they try to hide, you will be able to see where they are. He also moves very quickly while he's crouched, and he can climb walls very, very high. And he climbs them pretty quietly too. His active ability is Leap. After when you press and hold, it will charge, and then you can leap a very long distance. This is great for closing gaps on enemies or chasing players down that are trying to run away. And his ultimate gives you an additional 75 health, which you can see there in the middle of the screen toward the top, which can make him very tanky. Moving on to Fuse. Fuse has 2 different passive abilities that are all pretty intuitive, nothing you really need to think about, but he is the only legend that can stack grenades. Grenades normally come in a stack of 1. Fuse is the only legend that can stack them into stacks of 2. Also, he has a grenade launcher on his arm, which allows him to launch grenades further, more accurately, and he reloads them faster, allowing you to be able to spam grenades wherever you want. His active ability is Knuckle Cluster. This is basically an area denial, which works like this. And his ultimate, when you press it, a targeting reticle will appear on your screen, and he will shoot a gigantic ring of fire into the area. Anyone that is caught in this ring of fire will be slowed and damaged. Moving on to Mad Maggie. Mad Maggie has 2 passive abilities. The first one highlights enemies that you've damaged, and the second one allows you to move faster with shotguns. So for those of you who may not be aware, in Apex Legends, when you have a gun out, you run a little bit slower, which means that most players will put their gun away by pressing 3 on the keyboard so they can run a little bit faster. Mad Maggie, when you have your shotgun out, you actually get an increase in your movement speed, which is really just kind of a nice quality of life change there. In Apex Legends, nothing goes through walls. Bullets do not penetrate through walls. There is no wall banging in this game. However, Mad Maggie is the only legend that has an ability that allows you to shoot this drill through walls. It will damage players on the other side of it, which can be helpful for rooting out players that may be hiding in cover or hiding inside a house. And her ultimate is a big metal ball. When she throws it, when you press it, she just yeets it in the current direction, and then it will bounce all the way through, and it will leave these little pads here that you can... Oh, shit. It will leave these little magnetic pads on the ground, and when you run over them and you follow them, you get an increase in your movement speed, which can be great for rotations. It can be great for chasing players down. It's just kind of a cool ability and helps you get into the face of opponents. So if that sounds like it's something that you would like, I would suggest playing Mad Maggie. Wrapping up the Assault class with Ballistic. Ballistic's passive is allows him to be the only legend to carry 3 guns. You can put a gun in your sling, and when you do so, it will get some additional attachments, and also it can benefit from your ultimate, which is Tempest. So I'll give you an example right here that will kind of give you an idea of if this is something that you like. So as you can see, if I pick up a Rampage and I shoot the gun, it shoots pretty slowly. But if I put it in my sling, and then I use my ultimate, the gun will automatically get revved up. When it's revved up, it shoots a lot faster, and it can also deal damage to doors. Ballistic's Tactical is a heat-seeking bullet. You can press and hold your tactical button, and after a short delay, it will highlight the enemy. And when you release, it will shoot them, and it will put a little thermometer over their head. That is an overheating thermometer. If they continue to shoot their gun, they will overheat, and then they will not be able to shoot their gun for a short period of time. So if you like using guns, if you like moving fast, getting in people's faces, using some really advanced weaponry and having 3 guns available to you, Ballistic is for you. That is going to wrap it up for the Assault Legend class. In the next episode, we are going to be talking about the Skirmisher Legends, which have enhanced engage and disengage mechanics. If you found this information helpful and useful, please consider liking the video and hitting the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.